subscribe. Don't forget to comment. I would love to read from you. Thank you. Hello everyone. Welcome again to Abisisu channel, where we teach you to look within to unleash your potentials. In today's episode, we're still talking about online learning. And I'm sure you're wondering, what exactly are we talking about today? Now, we're going to be looking at the challenges children face and ways to surmount them. Virtual learning has numerous advantages. For example, online learning is flexible. It caters for a variety of learning styles. It helps to improve our technological skills. And then you can have your virtual learning from location to location. So it's not stagnant. I can be here having my online lesson. I can be at home. I can be in the car. So you can move from location to location for your online learning. However, our main focus for today is on the challenges that come with virtual learning. Now let's talk about the first, and which for me is so important. Monitoring. Now before I go ahead, I'd like to ask a few questions. I'd like you to think about the questions. You can write your answers down if you like. You can ponder on the questions if you like, but I need you to think about the questions I'm going to ask. Now at this time, I'm talking to parents, I'm talking to guardians. Do you work from home? Question number 2. Is there an adult at home at all times, especially when the children are having their online learning? Question number 3. Have you taken your time to do a random check on your child's device lately? Have you checked? Have you gone through to see the homework, to see this, have you done a random check on your child's device lately? Question number 4. Has your child suddenly become withdrawn? Question number 5. Have you noticed that your child or children have become addicted to their laptops? Have you noticed that even when they are done for the day, they've completed their classwork, they've completed their homework, they still don't want to leave their laptop. They want to remain with their laptop. Have you noticed that lately? Question number 6. Does your child have restricted or unrestricted access to different sites on the internet? Question number 7. Has it crossed your mind that your child have free access to the internet and can go astray? Has it crossed your mind that your children have free access to the internet and are not likely to go astray? Those are 2 different questions. I'd like you to ponder on them. Question number 8. Have you caught your child playing games when classes are going on? For many students, the major challenge they face is their inability to focus for a period of time. There is also a greater possibility of children being distracted by social media and other sites on the internet. So it is important, it is imperative for parents to monitor closely to avoid this happening. And if it has started to happen already, to nip it in the bud so that children don't go on with this act. Teachers must also ensure that they make online learning as interesting, as engaging as possible, so that children do not find it boring and then begin to look for other things to distract them, okay, like going to other sites and just distracting themselves generally. So as teachers, we must look for interesting ways to teach our subject, to teach our topics, so that children will stay engaged from the beginning of the lesson all the way to the end of the lesson. As a parent or guardian, the onus lies on us to pay very close attention to what our children are doing online. Let us not live in denial. Living in denial is not an excuse. The internet contains a lot of positive and negative vibes. So if the children are not monitored, if restrictions are not placed on their devices, they can stumble on these things. Not necessarily because they intentionally want to check this or that, but because they're probably doing an assignment or something and something pops up and they just stumble on very damaging information. Please let us be aware. Parents, I'm making an appeal now that we take out time to monitor, even when we are not at home. Many of us are working class parents, so we are not home. Make sure there's somebody at home who can check. And if we have no one, make sure that when we come back from work, we do our spot checking, we monitor, we check, we ask questions, we communicate, so that if something is going wrong, we nip it in the bud immediately. Let me say this again. Living in denial is not an excuse. Allowing children free access, unguarded, unchecked, especially for the young ones, the teenagers, the adolescents, unchecked access to the internet shouldn't happen. Let us be conscious. Let's be weary of the damaging effects that it has on children. I'll tell you 2 things that can happen to a child who becomes addicted to things that he or she is not supposed to. 1, some children become less expressive and find it difficult to interact and communicate. So they don't ask questions anymore. They become withdrawn and they just stay in their bubble all on their own. Sometimes you wonder, why is this child withdrawn? It might just be the effect of being distracted by other sites on the internet. 2, some become hyperactive and just cannot sit for too long to listen to a lesson. Okay, so it's both ways. Sometimes they withdraw, sometimes they become very hyper. As I draw this teaching to a close, I would like to emphasize on the fact that we must have a healthy relationship with our children. I know that for some children who have to go to boarding school, you don't get to relate too much until when they come back, but it's fine. Call them when they're in school, find out how they're doing, and when they come back, ensure that you talk to them, okay, so that you can know what has transpired while they were in school. If they had challenges or anything, they'll talk to you. And then for children who are home, mom, dad, guardian, big brother, big sister, please monitor. Thank you so much for being here. See you next time. Bye-bye.